All right, so I'm pretty excited today. I probably more excited about receiving the package than actually knowing what the product is actually really going to do, because I wasn't sure what to expect. So I saw some deals online, right, for microphones that were half off. A company that I've heard of but not familiar with. I've never used their products. You may have heard of them before. It's called Violet, right? It could be Violet Design, it could be Violet Microphone, it could be JZ Microphone. I know them best as, well, when they were formerly Blue, right? So I've owned Blue microphones for several years. I ended up keeping the Kiwi and the Blue mouse, which I thought were phenomenal microphones. Obviously, Blue has sort of taken a more consumer USB kind of route, so I'm not really sure where they're headed as far as professional grade microphones. Whether or not they continue making them, that's one thing. Although they haven't produced anything in a while since they got into that intellectual property dispute with Violet Designs. So anyway, saw a deal, microphone, discounted, I want to buy it. So I go to the website, it looks a little suspect, probably like the kind of site where you would expect your credit card company to decline the charge because it's going to some shell account in China. But that wasn't the case. I actually took the plunge and I made a call to Violet Microphones, which is the number on the website, which is up the street here, which is in Reseda, California, which is probably about 45 minutes north of LA. And I said, hey, you guys, it looks like you have an operation here. Can I come and pick up the microphone in person? Well, no one answered. I left the voicemail, but I got a text message probably about maybe within an hour from Andrew, right? Or Andrus, I think his name is. He kind of goes by both. And he said, hey, I'm sorry, we don't have a retail storefront, but the easiest thing to do is order online, right? So that made me feel good. The other thing that made me feel good was going to Amazon and seeing that the Violet Amethyst Vintage Microphone was on sale there. It was a little bit more than it was online on the actual manufacturer's website. But again, I said, well, if they're selling them on Amazon, it must be somewhat legit, right? So I bought the microphone, and probably 3 days later, it showed up at my doorstep in this beautiful package. So I didn't actually buy the microphone from Amazon, but it did show up from an Amazon warehouse. You guys recognize that little smiley face there on the envelope, right? Yeah, that's Amazon. Interestingly enough, I bought the microphone from Violet Microphone website, but the return label says JZ US store, right? So there's a few things going on here, right? There's the JZ Microphone store, which sells a certain line of microphones, and then there's the Violet Microphone online store that sells sort of a different line of microphones. Then there was Violet Design that kind of sold the same thing that Violet Microphones did, and then this was all of a spin-off from the first iteration of this company, which was Blue, right? So I think it all leads back to Jay-Z, who obviously has this operation in Latvia where he builds and designs these microphones, right? So it started with Blue. They had a little disagreement, and then they created this Violet Design sort of face, and then Violet Design kind of had an issue with Jay-Z, then Jay-Z started Violet Microphone. I don't know, it kind of got confusing to me, but either way, the microphone is here, and I want to open this thing up and I want to show you what we got. So here we go. It's like Christmas in February. Woo! All right. I don't want to rip it because it's so nice. It's like, but anyway, it's already kind of ripped. Ooh, this is nice. Violet Professional Electrostatic Microphones. Pretty cool. Packaging is nice. So let's get this thing open. So I'm going to use my handy dandy screwdriver here, which is probably not the way we're supposed to be opening these things, but that's what we're going to do. All right. Okay, let's remove the, let's go ahead and remove the sort of saran wrap type material they got going on here. Cool. Nice. Made in Latvia. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Slide out of there. All right. So the package did come from Jay-Z, but it is indeed a violet microphone. Little coupon here, what's next? You can buy the Black Knight, the Wedge, the Globe. So a warranty sheet. Basically, it's good from 5 years from the time you purchase it, I guess. Cool. Nice little box. Reminds me of another company of a similar hue. So how do we open this thing up? All right, it's got more tape on it. Wow, they taped this thing up good. Ooh. So it sort of opens up like a coffin, right? And it's got a little magnetic sort of a thing there. Cool, looks cool. Looks like the website. Little silica gel there. So how do I get this thing out of here? Carefully. Super cool. It feels solid, but it's kind of light. You know what I mean? Like it feels good. It's weighted. It's weighted nice. This is art. You know what I mean? I love these. This is the one thing that I liked about Blue, or that I still like about Blue, is the design. You know what I mean? It's kind of like Apple. You're not just buying a microphone. You're buying a piece of art. And they did a good job. Because I also, believe it or not, I bought a Jay-Z microphone, the V47, and although it sounds great, it looks like a flask. So, which is fine in its own right, but doesn't quite look as cool as this. This looks almost like a miniature version of the tube microphones, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's got, you know, there's the mic input, and then it's threaded, so you can thread this directly onto your mic stand if you decide not to purchase the shock mount, which I didn't buy it, but I think it might come in handy. Again, it's on sale just like everything else is on the website at the moment. So this is the Amethyst Vintage, delivered to me through Amazon from Jay-Z Microphones, but it's actually a violet microphone. And I haven't tried it out yet, so I can't tell you that I'm over the top excited, but I'm just really happy that it arrived. Now, feel free to let me know if you, now the main reason why I'm not a YouTuber, obviously. I don't care if you subscribe or like it or whatever, it doesn't really matter to me. But what was important, although your comments are nice, if you got any comments, like if you own this microphone or you have a similar experience, that would be interesting to know. The reason why I did this unboxing video and the subsequent review that's coming is because there's not really much information on these microphones. And it's kind of confusing as to who owns what, you know what I mean? So it's really, when you look at it online, it's really hard to know if it's legit or not, you know what I mean? So they do have some very professional, like, looking videos, and then there's some real ghetto, almost like, I'm not really sure, but there's no real normal people like me actually out there that had any reviews about this. There's a few little threads on Gear Sluts, and you know, there's some professional, some journals that did some reviews back in 2010, so that's almost 10 years ago. but I haven't seen anything in the flesh. So anyways, here's what I'm telling you. If you want to go out on a limb and get this microphone at 50% off, don't worry, it's going to show up in the mail. Now, whether or not it works, I don't know. I haven't tried that yet. But I'm pretty stoked that it showed up, and I'm really happy with the way it looks, the way it feels, and I'm looking forward to hearing how it sounds. Thanks for watching.